am going to be curious to see what it looks like if he trots out there as the head coach. I'm just saying that my leash for the Texans with him as the head coach is going to be extremely small. As soon as I see the dumpster fire start, I'm just going to tune out.
We are live.
Finally. Jesus. I didn't even get my mom joke set up, Dave. Thanks for the heads up.
I don't
asshole.
care. You're right.
I've already reserved myself to, like, they're not going to hire McCown. Like, I just feel like I feel like they're just interested in the guy. They're interested in him being a coach in some kind, and so they're just taking the time to talk to him about it. But I feel like they're going to put him on the staff somewhere, and they're going to force whoever they hire to put him on the staff. Hey, by the way, you're not here to listen to us talk about the Houston Texans.
Not yet.
You're here to listen to us talk about Boba Fett. So
Correct.
if that's the case, and you don't want to hear all this jibber jabber here at the top, then go ahead and click the timestamps below that Dave is probably not going to include. But if he does, click those and get on to the Mando.
If you're curious, I'm going to tell the people right now. Next week, we're going to be doing our follow-up NFL podcast, reviewing what we got right and what we got wrong over this last season. But I'm telling you both right now, I need a clear choice for who's going to win the Super Bowl when we do the podcast this next week.
Rams.
I said next week, big heads.
Rams.
And I need reasons why.
They're the better team.
Defense.
Oh my God, I hate both of y'all right now. So tune in next week when they might change their mind.
No.
Dick.
No. It's I've pretty much already reserved myself on that.
Well, I have notes and I have thought it through, and I do have a prediction.
I got 2 words for you. Aaron Donald.
Hey, quick question.
Yep.
Who do you think, which team's defense gave up more rushing yards this season? Just off the top of your head.
Between these two?
Yeah, the 2 Super Bowl opponents.
Which one gave up more rushing yards? The Rams.
Correct. You would be correct.
Yeah, but I wonder what their pass defense was.
Just barely 100 yards better than Cincy.
It's pretty good.
The most amazing stat that I saw, how many points per game do the Rams and the Bengals score? What would you think?
28.3.
Okay. Cincinnati, 27.1. The Rams, 27.1.
Damn, I was going to say 27, but I was like, 28 just sounds better.
They finished both with the exact same amount.
And they're both 4 seeds. Very interesting.
Yep.
The force is strong with them.
Oh
yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Speaking of force.
You know what else is interesting?
What's that?
Boba Fett's lack of presence in the Book of Boba Fett.
Hey.
I think this is actually called Book of Mando.
Yeah.
Hey, look. Save that energy. So we can talk about it on this pod.
Well, whenever
All
y'all
right.
are ready, ladies.
You ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Paulette.
Let's go.
I don't know why you had to close your eyes to do that. It's kind of disturbing, but hey, you do you, man.
Close my eyes when I'm doing your mom. Hello and welcome.
Dick.
I can't tell if Dave is frozen there, or if he's just upset.
Let's do it.
Is Dave just frozen there?
I don't know.
Now I see him moving.
Ah. Yes. This is wasted air.
Just like all your points.
Hey, man. I'm just
Let's
saying.
do it.
All I do is predict things, and I have the best opinions.
Okay.
I have something for you on that. Whenever we start this pod, I'm gonna go into some hotness right off the top.
Do it.
Sweet.
Hello, and welcome to Three Guys and a Mic presents The Bobalorian. Wait, I gotta do the Book of Bobalorian. Hold on, let's go back.
Go back.
Hello, and welcome to Three Guys and a Mic presents The Book of Bobalorian, a new original series presented by Disney Plus. I'm your co-host, the Human Dart, along with
Jason Tsunami.
And David Disaster.
Hey, I like that
Whoa.
mashup.
That's right.
You like that? Yeah, I came up with that the other morning, man.
It was
Good
good.
job.
Figured, you know what? I'm going to use that on the pod since we're coming up with a different title every week.
Well, I mean, if they just stuck to the same, story.
Oh,
would make
dear
sense,
Lord.
but-
I know. Imagine if you're like this quasi Star Wars fan, right? Like you're kind of a fan, not so much of a fan that maybe you haven't seen Mandalorian, right? And you're like, oh, Book of Boba Fett, I'm in on it. Let's go.
I remember
And then
that.
you start watching Boba Fett, and all of a sudden there's 2 fucking full episodes dedicated to the story of the Mandalorian, Ahsoka Tano, fucking Luke Skywalker, Grogu, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? What is this bullshit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is an interesting point because your brain would tell you this is a standalone story. Like you wouldn't need to watch the previous 2 seasons of Mandalorian to watch Book of Boba Fett. At least that's how I originally pictured this show. But in fact, like you cannot watch this without watching the previous 2 episodes of previous 2 seasons of Mandalorian.
You'd be lost as fuck.
Yeah, technically, this is the Mandalorian season 2.5.
Yeah,
Basically.
100%.
But that's not how when this show was first released, if somebody had asked me, "Hey, do I need to watch the Mandalorian episodes?" I'd have been like,
No.
Nah, you don't need to. And then they would have just got fucking spoiled. Like, what the fuck, Luke Skywalker? What the fuck is going on? I'm like, oh shit, dude. Yeah, stop watching. Like, yeah, you fucked up.
Yeah, if you tuned in and you haven't seen the Mandalorian season 1 and 2, just stop.
Stop.
You fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh, you had mentioned in the pre-show that you were going to come in hot. What was that?
Yeah. So listen, friend of the show, guy I work with, he's a third-party rep with us. His name's TJ. Loyal listener to the pod, listens to our pod all the time.
Thanks, TJ.
And he had some comments today for particularly you guys, because he just doesn't understand why there's all this Boba Fett hate. He's also a very big fan of Star Wars, and he thinks you guys are just being messy about this whole thing, that there's a lot of times that you guys bring up points and questions that are already answered in the show. So basically what he's saying is that you guys have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Okay. And he wanted me to relay that to you.
Well,
okay. Well, since you didn't provide civic points, I'm going to assume that this guy, hey, appreciate you watching. I'm assuming that he doesn't actually have any points that he needed to make, since he doesn't actually, if he wants me to provide him a rebuttal, then he needs to provide specific points.
Talking points.
I'm not going to apologize for any of the terrible writing of this show. That is not my job to do that.
To be fair, I didn't get to have an extended conversation with him today about specific points. All right, we were a little bit busy, but
okay. Look, I'll let me chime in. Look, I understand. I get it. Like, I wish I wasn't disappointed. Like, I want nothing more than to love every second of Boba Fett on the screen. But I think I said it in the very first episode when you create a character whose entire persona is the mystery of Boba Fett. Like, we just don't know. We don't know hardly anything. Like, we didn't even know how he got out of the Sarlacc pit. And when you are waiting patiently for, nearly 40 years, I wanted more. And when you see the way they handle Mando, and you see the way that they address his character, to me, it's a disservice to Boba Fett, because in comparison, Boba Fett looks weak as fuck.
Oh, dude,
It does.
It's like,
and that's my problem. Look.
Yeah, but the difference too is like Mando doesn't have a backstory. Like, well, in terms of like whatever's canon in Star Wars, right? Like this is a different guy, Din Djarin. We don't know who he is, and so they're able to write him anyway. He could have done everything Boba Fett's doing, and you guys would be suckling at the teat of Dave Filoni right now.
That's not true at all. Because here's the thing: Disney wiped the slate clean when they bought Star Wars. They wiped out all of what was originally canon, and they called that Legends, and it's like alternate universe or whatever. The only thing that they had to go with on Boba Fett was he's a bounty hunter, and he worked for the Empire, and he got okey-doked by Han Solo and fell into the Sarlacc pit.
He was the deadliest, let me repeat, deadliest bounty hunter in the galaxy.
Who had witnessed the massacre of his father, the decapitation of his father.
At the hands of a Jedi.
At the hands of a Jedi. He should hate Jedi. And instead, he walks up to Rancors and says, "Is that a good boy?" That's the same guy.
Yeah.
All because he spent, I'm going to put air quotes here for those listening in, 5 years with the Tusken Raiders.
Hey, do you think Ronda Rousey doesn't like beat people up in the UFC and then go home and like, pet her dog?
Okay, I don't understand the correlation, but,
Ronda Rousey was the best woman on the planet. She was killing people.
Was she?
Yeah, she was.
She was being fed like unprepared women. That's right. Yeah. Okay.
She was ahead of her time.
Yeah.
Look. Again, I sympathize. I do. I wish I loved this show more, and I really wish they would have taken their time and given us a proper story of Boba Fett and not Mando 2.5.
You know who would have been able to write a good Mandalorian? I'm sorry, a good Boba Fett. I apologize. You know who would have been able to write a good Boba Fett? James Gunn, because he basically did that with Peacemaker.
Peacemaker is epic.
Yeah,
I don't know that anybody in
waste
Star
of time.
Wars. I don't know anybody in Star Wars that could handle that character in Star Wars. So I might have to disagree. Maybe a very toned down.
Look. Here's the thing. I was prepared for this show to be like a 7 out of 10 or whatever, and it disappointed me still. Now I'm not even gonna count these last 2 episodes as Book of Boba Fett episodes, because they're not. This is not these last 2 episodes have not been a Boba Fett show, and to me, all they do is showcase how poorly written Boba Fett is.
I agree.
Well, Jason, hit us. Number one, TJ, I'm sorry, brother. I tried to defend you here and get these guys to change their tune, but
again, I sympathize. I do. I wish I loved it.
Hey, look. We love
Jason,
you, TJ.
Give us that recap.
We love you, TJ. Right. We're glad you listen. It's all in good fun.
All right. So this episode has a little bit of everything. Book of Mando,
except Boba Fett.
No, it has. He looks at Mandalorian and goes.
He nods.
That's it.
For those people listening.
Yeah, sorry. I was for the. Sorry. Yes. He nods.
All right. So chapter 6 from the desert.
You can have my show. Yeah.
Comes a stranger. So this episode has a little bit of everything. We'll get a quick meetup with show favorite Cobb Vanth by Mando to help Boba, which appears to be rejected as he leaves. But as we all know, there is no better way to get someone who doesn't want to get involved to become involved. And that's a violent threat that's delivered by Cad Bane.
Yep.
Apparently he's somebody.
Yes,
courtesy of the Pikes.
I believe he's from Come Back to Me. It's a Star Wars. Come Back to Me. I'll look it up.
Okay.
I had it in my brain.
Courtesy of the Pikes. And then some Pikes blow up the Sanctuary Bar in Mos Espa, securing even more help to join Boba, I'm sure. And yeah, that's about it.
It was Clone Wars, Star Wars Clone Wars. That's what I was trying to remember it.
Oh yeah. Wait. I forgot. I was kidding. Calm down. The real shit we got was Grogu. learning under Luke himself, Sokka Tunu is back.
So good.
Jason,
Oh,
I realize part of this is just for humor, but like we can't be taken seriously as like actual Star Wars fans if you can't like even remotely try to pronounce this shit right.
Ahsoka Tano.
I'm proud of you.
She's back, explaining to Mando, who's there to deliver a gift, that having to sit down is ultimately going to need to be Grogu's decision because he's making life difficult. So we do get Luke giving Grogu the ultimate choice. He could take the chainmail gift from Mando and go back to him, or take the saber of Yoda.
Oh, so good.
And stay with Luke and train in the ways of the Force.
I mean, like, look.
What do you guys think of the episode?
I thought it was excellent.
Dick got hard.
I mean, look, this is a PG show, okay?
No, it's not.
But it was veiny. It was veiny as can be. So no,
very vascular.
In all seriousness, I didn't know how they were going to top last week's episode. Like, I thought last week's episode was going to be insurmountable. I didn't,
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
Earlier you said,
I'm really good at predicting things.
last week, I think it was you that was like, they're not going to bring Luke Skywalker back. It's not going to happen.
Well, because,
Okay.
I just didn't expect
saying, you're terrible at predicting shit.
Right.
He said it was going to be the wolf.
Yeah.
Al Pacino. He said Al Pacino's coming up.
Look, I had no way of predicting that, sure. I mean, but it doesn't take anything away from this episode.
Dave?
I thought it was amazing. I thought it was the best episode of the season. I mean, getting to see, Jedi training, and the little ant droids were interesting.
Yeah, that was cool.
Cod Bane is. I didn't watch Star Wars, Clone Wars, so I'm not as familiar with him. But I mean, he seems like a bad motherfucker. I really like that scene.
You know who I wish he was?
What's
Boba
that?
Fett.
Yeah. But overall, fantastic episode.
He also needs to see a dentist. Go ahead, Josh. What did you think of the episode?
I thought this was a great episode of Mando. I thought it was really cool kind of seeing everybody come back together, right? Mm-hmm. So you get the Marshal, you got Ahsoka Tano, you got Luke, Grogu. I mean, the only person that wasn't in this show yet is Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if they're planning on going to pick him up wherever he's at, but he was the only guy that didn't make an appearance yet. And I thought it was cool just to see everybody get back together. I'm glad we didn't see Cobb Vanth die on screen. Not to give too much away, but that's one of my favorite scenes later on. But I'm glad he didn't die because we didn't see him fucking die on screen.
True story.
But
overall,
he ain't dead.
I look. It's one of my favorite tropes in any show or TV is getting the team together, right? Yep. So this was an episode about getting the team together and trying to go through that whole thing. I wish there was just some Boba Fett in the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, instead of what how much screen time did he have at the very end?
Hello.
Like nothing?
Nothing. Yeah, he had the 30 seconds when they were in the room together.
Yeah. All right, so I like for me this this was my third favorite episode. I think we talked about this last year. Look, I like Luke Skywalker. He was not my favorite guy in the original Star Wars trilogy. I got no problem with him. But this was a good episode, solid episode. I think me and Josh are going to end up with the same favorite scene. We got to see Grogu. Kind of got to see the formation of, I guess, Luke's first Jedi temple or training facility or whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
I thought it was solid, and to I don't know, man, just to mimic what Josh just said, it would have been really nice if we weren't going into the finale and have only seen Boba Fett on screen for 30 seconds in the last two episodes.
It's also strange. I guess we'll talk about that later on in issues.
Okay. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Well, favorite characters? Favorite
Let's do
scenes
favorite
first?
scenes. Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
there's-
you and me. Yeah, you and me. I guess maybe we're gonna have a three-way here. Yeah.
Oh my God. Look, I definitely think for me, one of the scenes that we already brought up was, the duel. Just a cool old Western looking scene
Oh, dude,
between the
that's so good.
Marshal and I'm sorry, you guys got the other guy's name. I didn't
Cod
have
Bane
it. Yeah.
or Cad Bane could be.
I was a little sad that it didn't go the Marshal's way. That fucking deputy walks out, and it's so funny. Like Timothy
You just
Olyphant's such a
know.
good actor. Because like the dude walks out and he looks at him, he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that was like some of the highest tension that I've experienced in like a Star Wars thing, right?
You know what's to not to cut you off, but I'm gonna let you harp on this. You would think with a couple of assassination attempts that would have created more tension than this standoff.
Yeah, but dude,
But it
this was very well shot, and just yeah. I mean, I pretty much kind of like. I mean, obviously, it was easy to predict. Once the deputy kind of came out there, you knew like, okay, this guy's gonna fuck this up. Like it's,
He did.
and he got blasted.
Yeah. He took like 5 to the fucking chest.
Yeah, and the Marshal, he got it in the shoulder. So I agree with you guys. I don't think he's dead.
Nah, I mean, like we know that he didn't technically die right there on screen, so you know the rules.
Yep.
Correct.
I mean, unless you're sand people.
Yeah.
But it's okay because that storyline was not important.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't at all. I also really. I mean, I feel like pretty much everything from the training sections was really good.
Yeah, I had that too.
Just
Dude, we almost got to see Grogu eat another frog.
yeah, dude, and I really thought it was like, I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I do like that, like Luke noticed, that he's about to eat this frog, and he's like, "Whoa, Grogu, like you need to pay attention to what's going on. Look, let me show you. If you pay attention to the Force, let me show you what's possible."
You can really believe blood.
Yeah, and I mean, with like just effortlessly, just levitates like a dozen of those frogs that are over there, and like, I think it's just so awesome to see like this version of Luke Skywalker, because I've only read about it in the Legends books that take place, or it's not canon anymore, but I only read this version of Luke where he's like a master Jedi, right? So being able to see him on screen is cool, is really cool.
And not just see him on screen, but actually see it like done really well.
Yeah,
like now we know why the speeder bike scene was so
low budget. They kept all the money for this, man.
They blew all their money for Luke Skywalker and Boba Fett riding a Rancor.
And we'll see. Yeah, I just thought it was incredibly well done. I mean, it just looked exact. I mean, that was Luke Skywalker, right? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think if you'd just not even really notice, you'd be like, how did they even do that? Like, honestly, that kind of opens it up to like them being able to do that with everybody.
Exact. Quick question. I mean, Josh, you have an opinion, but for Dave, since he's more of a Star Wars fan, do you think you could accept a revisionist style movie in which they did this to the cast?
To like everybody.
Meaning a young Han Solo, Leia, Luke, everybody. Do you think you could accept it?
Absolutely.
I mean, because I was shocked. Like, I was trying to poke holes in it, and it was like, I cannot. I know that they did this for a few scenes here and there with Leia, with the
Rogue One.
Yeah, the Admiral from Rogue One. I know that they've done this, but this topped everything that we had seen in the movies.
Yeah.
This was top shelf.
Yeah.
Production.
I mean, I would love it. Like, I would love. I mean, obviously, with Carrie Fisher being passed, you'd have to cast someone else to voice the role for her. But I would love like a
Dave.
What?
What do you think if they were able to do just a Luke spinoff of what he did after Jedi?
Oh yeah, I mean, I would
like a triplet of movies.
No, I'm fine with it. Like, dude, like you just fast forward. Like, this is 5 years after Jedi. Maybe you go 5 years
10?
from this, right? And you just kind of get him, maybe his first kind of conflict as the head of the new Jedi Temple. Shit, dude. I mean, like, can I pre-order that now? Like,
yeah.
Can I just fucking buy it?
Josh, do you think you could accept a movie in which you do all the characters are basically, what are they, deep faked?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, you guys like animated movies. What's the difference?
True.
Yeah. I mean, I think I with this technology in a movie setting, I mean, shit, dude, get everybody on board who's willing. Let's do it. Like,
yeah. Well, and the benefit is you still get Mark Hamill, who's still alive and can actually voice the character.
Same thing with Harrison Ford and
yeah. So at least there's still like a modicum of like originality to it, right? Of just like the original character. So it's not just like you said with Carrie Fisher. I'm sure there's 1,000 women in the world that could do a good Carrie Fisher impression, or probably even sound pretty close to her.
And you don't.
And you wouldn't know the difference.
And you don't have to deal with some scrub actor playing a young Han Solo in the Solo movie.
Shit. Can they just reshoot every scene of the Solo movie? Actually, no. Can they deep fake Harrison Ford's face on that guy's body and then have Harrison Ford just do voiceover to like fix all the acting?
Probably.
They probably could.
Yeah. Just like they did. What's his name for Destiny 1 when they removed Dinklage's voice for the entire fucking game.
Yeah, they did.
I remember that.
But no, like we were talking about favorite scenes. I mean, seeing Grogu kind of jump around like Yoda did, like I thought that was awesome. I mean, I kind of didn't expect that, but it totally makes sense. Also, I don't know if y'all noticed it, but whenever Grogu and Luke were just walking and talking, Luke would periodically just lift him to like make him keep up. I was like, I don't know why, but that shit just just damn, that just shit was so good.
Hilarious, yeah.
What about favorite character for this episode?
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Right.
I had Marshall Vanth. I thought it was really cool to open the episode and see him again, and he's trying to be a good dude and let those guys just get out of town, and everybody tries to start some shit, so he's got to kill everybody, and then
he kicks over the spice.
Yeah, I love that. He's like leave the chest though. He's like, this is worth more than your whole town.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll just retire.
Yeah.
And then just kicks that fucking spice over. And then the whole part there at the end where he's fucking dueling with the other guy.
Cad Bane.
So, yeah.
I mean,
so I thought that was good.
I'm currently sitting in a rewatch of Deadwood, so it was really like opportunistic for that episode to come up, because I was like, holy shit. I forget his character's name in Deadwood, but if you haven't seen Deadwood, go watch that show. It's really good.
It is good.
Yeah, my favorite character. I mean, I'm gonna go. I was gonna go Luke, but it seems silly to do that. But so I'm actually gonna go.
You're
Grogu.
always one to take the low hanging fruit. Come on.
I'm gonna go Grogu here, and I'm gonna explain why. So I love that we got a flashback to Order 66, which I think Jason, you and I have talked, privately about who's the one who rescued Grogu, right? And seeing that flashback scene of...
We know he was there.
We know he was there now. Like, it's confirmed. So he was saved by someone, right? Someone got him off planet. And which now leads me to believe that we're gonna find that out, like, at some point. I don't think we're gonna find out next week or anything like that, but like, I think it's going to matter.
So essentially, Dave, what you're saying is what we've been asking for since season 1 and 2 of Mando. Mace Windu.
I mean, I don't think so, but I mean, it would be nice.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Go for it.
So this flashback, what's the timeline on this flashback? When did this happen?
It's right during Order 66. So right after episode 3 of the Star Wars movies.
Okay.
Revenge of the Sith.
What is Order 66?
So that's the order that after the Emperor assumed control of the Senate and became the Emperor, he right before that happened, he was confronted by Mace Windu and a number of other senior Jedi, and he was, that's when Anakin runs in and distracts Mace Windu and actually cuts his arm off, and then Emperor zaps him out of the
window.
Out of the window. We don't actually see him die. We just see him fall.
Yep.
And right after that, Palpatine's all screwed up in the face because like Mace Windu made him zap himself, and then he initiates Order 66, which is what it makes all the stormtroopers, like, it's a trigger for all the stormtroopers to then kill all the Jedi that are near them. So it's like an embedded trigger.
So okay, so these were just regular stormtroopers, right?
Well, technically yes. I mean, but they are an enhanced super trooper because they're all
clones of Jango Fett.
Jango Fett. Yeah. But these are just regular stormtroopers, right?
No.
Yeah.
So no.
They're
Hold on.
upgraded.
Let's be clear, because I know where Josh is going with this. I want to be very clear.
He's got the same issue I do. Go ahead.
The stormtroopers, the classic stormtroopers who can't shoot anything.
Yeah.
Those are not clones.
They're just Joes and Janes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in episodes 1, 2 and 3 or whatever, that's what, the Clone Wars or whatever.
They build the Clone War, yeah.
These are all clones of Jango Fett. So they are, to Jason's point, these are not just schlubs.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So these are special stormtroopers, which is why they're actually able to shoot and kill things.
Correct.
Okay. I was super confused.
But I will say that the scene doesn't play out exactly like in my mind it would, because you essentially had what looked like 6 to 8 of these clone troopers kill 3 Jedis.
Yeah.
Now we don't know. We don't know the
strength of these Jedis.
Yeah, we don't know the ranking. These could be just Padawans. Maybe it's not clear.
Correct, but
it leaves it up to interpretation.
Yeah, I could have done. It could have been easier to digest if it was just one Jedi, maybe, and you could tell that it wasn't a Jedi, but more to what Dave was saying, like a Padawan or a nurse or something.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess you see Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan like roll into that ship in episode 1, and I mean they take out all those bots and all that shit. I get they're a little higher end. But.
Yeah, Qui-Gon Jinn is a Jedi master. He actually could have been on the council. He just declined. And Obi-Wan Kenobi was a Jedi Knight already. I mean, I think he was technically a Padawan, but like literally right after that, he gets promoted. So
yeah,
little different. I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, I mean, it's like to see 3 Jedi just kind of get cut down. It's like a little bit,
So I put that off as Grogu's a baby, and he probably doesn't exactly remember correct. He's misremembering.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure.
Dave.
I don't think that's the case. I think it's just
that's what I'm going with, Dave.
Okay, well, you can be silly.
Jason, who was your favorite character?
I wanted to go outside the box because I figured Dave would go Luke, and we went Mando last week, so I went with the new guy, Cad Bane.
Oh, okay.
Man in Black or
Yeah, he's
Alien
badass.
in Black. I mean, I cannot wait to see him in the next episode, so that somebody could be like, "Hey, Cade," and he looks and zap, gets shot.
Yeah.
Now,
Johnny Ringo.
yeah. Now I will say, Cad Bane. He's got some his. I will say, I will question his sources of information, because he claims that Boba Fett is one of the deadliest. You know,
He's a
bounty
murderer.
hunter. He's a murderer. He's deadly. Like,
Yeah.
is
I don't
he?
know about that either.
Is he? I think your info was dated. We'll check the date on that. It might be about 6 years old. Okay,
Yeah.
it's not actually true.
What alien race is he? Is he Pike?
I have no idea.
Let's check it out.
Okay,
He's Duros. Duros.
Can we get a spin-off series of just like the people from that planet?
Yeah, or just maybe just follow this guy around, because I'm sure we'd have some action then.
Yeah.
Is he a bounty hunter?
Let's see. Looks like he is. Well, this is probably spoilers, but I'm already reading it, so you guys are gonna get spoiled. So his master or mentor was Jango Fett, and his apprentice was Boba Fett.
Oh.
Okay, interesting.
So that's how he knows so much about Boba.
Yeah. Well, so
Okay.
that's probably
He's gonna be
why
disappointed.
that's probably why he's overselling him. He's like,
Dude,
hey, look, Boba Fett is the deadliest person, because I taught him. He's got to be deadly.
When they meet up, he's gonna be like, "Dude, what the fuck happened to you?"
Yeah. No, watch. He's gonna roll up and be like, "Hey, Boba. Oh, look at the Rancor."
I know. I'm gonna vomit.
How good would that be?
You got a Rancor, bro?
Yeah.
What about
Alright, so
least favorite characters
Least
here?
favorite characters.
Y'all go.
I have two.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'll go in one shot though. I got Luke and Ahsoka Tano. Because
Okay,
why
I
are you
got
gonna
one
keep
of those.
Mando away from Grogu, man?
Exactly. Ahsoka Tano. That's my least favorite
Yeah.
character of the episode. But like, bitch, yeah, I traveled all this way. Yeah, I know, but he's impressionable. Bitch, I don't care. Do you know how much gas it costs to get across the galaxy?
All right.
This shit ain't cheap. You gonna throw me a 20?
Yeah.
All right, so I have a serious one, because y'all
That was
stupid.
serious.
No,
I'm serious.
oh, you can be serious, but that's I got a real answer. So my least favorite one is the deputy. This dude.
Oh, that's serious.
That's so serious.
Dude, this dude.
Stop
this-
bringing me heat,
I say serious.
I was just fucking with you guys. Calm down. This deputy is terrible, right? So I mean, obviously he's paid his dues. Okay, he's dead. So it is what it is. But I mean, this dude is he's clearly just not he's. I almost want to say Marshall is my least favorite, because he's the one who hired this dude.
Dave.
Whoa.
Like the entire population of that place is 20.
Yeah.
He
Like,
didn't have
when
anything to
when he
choose
put
from.
when he put out the application, that guy was the only dude that showed up.
Yeah,
That's
well,
like Barney. That's like Barney Fife or something.
can that dude not read the room and just realize that why not? Do people not hide behind cover? Like, there was a door he came out of. Couldn't he just go back in there and shoot him from afar? That doesn't happen in this show.
No.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I would
Hey,
like to
but
give a
you know
little love to Mock Shize's Major Domo for staying on brand in this episode as well. When they're like, "Yeah, the mayor burned out of town," he's like, "On a planned vacation, I might add."
Dude,
He was the highlight.
he's so full of shit, and he's just gonna keep going with it.
Like, this dude just left him high and fucking dry, and he's still fighting for him.
But Dave, you know what we did not get?
What?
Swords.
What do you mean?
Like, instead of when the bad guys showed up to town, they didn't fight each other with swords. They actually used
Blasters, guns.
Guns.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I mean, obviously, I just picked the deputy because really this episode really didn't have anybody who really wasn't good. I think everybody was good.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to I think the big question here at the end of the episode is, what does Grogu choose? Does he choose the Mithril, or does he choose Yoga's lightsaber?
I knew someone was gonna fucking say that. So I'll go first here, because I feel like my opinion is the most convoluted. So not convoluted. I don't know if that's the right word. I'm just going to give you my opinion. So
that's all it was, Dave.
So I think he will. So I think he's going to choose the armor. However, I think he's still going to try to take the saber anyway. And ultimately, I think that decision, forgetting the lightsaber for a second, I'm just going to, let's say he takes the chainmail. That's going to force Luke to take him to Tatooine, which is going to bring Luke to the goings-on of Tatooine. And I'm mainly picking this because I feel like that opens up a lot of stuff. We get to see Luke back in his hometown, which opens up the possibility of maybe him revisiting places he hasn't been to in a long time.
Like the graves of his aunt and uncle.
Yeah, I mean, potentially.
What about the old cave of Obi-Wan?
Could be. Could want to. What? Imagine seeing Luke walk through Jabba's palace, or know.
Again,
I just feel like. From a story, if you're trying to tell an interesting story, like forget like what the right decision, because obviously I think the right decision for Grogu is to take the lightsaber and continue his training and all that. But if you're trying to tell a cool story, you want to how do you get Grogu and Luke back onto Tatooine? I think the only option is he's got to take the armor. All right. Otherwise, why go through the storytelling element of having the
choice,
having the choice, and have Din Djarin have provision to have the armor made in the first place? Because then you waste that whole scene anyway. So, but I do ultimately believe that Grogu will wield Yoda's saber.
So maybe I agree with you 100% on everything you said. That's the same exact thought I had on the plot. So do you think like maybe they roll up into town, they start fighting the Pikes, Grogu is using some of the training that he's already gotten from Luke, jumping here to there, fucking force lifting people, force spreading Pikes in half, right, doing the whole gimmick. And Luke is like, okay, motherfucker, we'll still train. We'll figure it out.
Yes, I think seeing the connect. I think Luke needs to see the connection between Grogu and Mando and realize that that you can in order to change Luke's mind, you can do both, right? It's like this is important for Grogu because he's just a kid basically still. Like yes, he's 50 years old or whatever, but he's still just a kid. I think this is important for him. So, and look, if we get another excuse for Luke to fucking cut down some motherfuckers again, I mean,
especially some faceless Pikes.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I mean, I can almost imagine like Luke, like seeing Grogu maybe a little bit in trouble, and Luke just lifting up the saber like towards him, and then Grogu just fucking force pulling it to himself, and dude, I mean, if we get Grogu jumping around with fucking Yoda's saber,
Dave, I'm gonna need you to go get a paper bag.
I'm gonna lose my shit, dude.
Dave's gonna have to ice himself down.
Yeah,
I might record myself watching this next episode potentially.
I am in the same league. I don't think we go through all this trouble just for us to never see Grogu again.
Should we live stream us watching the episode? Like not obviously on the show, but we could be watching it on here together as a YouTube live, and
that would mean that
catch our reaction.
That would mean that I can't watch it at 5 o'clock in the morning when I wake up.
Correct. We would have to watch it that night. I think it's worthwhile if we feel like any of this stuff is going to happen and it's going to be an oh shit moment. I think it's worth doing.
Okay, all right, guys.
I'm down.
We're on record. We're on the podcast, live on YouTube. If you're watching it live,
Dave, you'll have to figure out a way to get mirror screen upside down shit or whatever.
No. We can't do that at all because it'll get taken down. So what we'll have to do, and I've seen other people do this, is we're just going to have a timer up on screen. We're all going to hit play, and the people watching will be able to use that timer to sync up with us. That's the only way to do it.
Well, anyway, back to my prediction. I'm going to agree with most of everything that you guys said. I do believe that it will get us Luke back to Tatooine. I would say that the one thing that I'm most interested in is there is a certain person who up to this point has been basically just a bitch who does not like Jedi, who just happens to be the supposed, I use air quote, focus of this series. So I'm curious how that reunion goes.
Oh,
but I would say more than anything, if we're going to go down this road and have Luke back at where it all started, if he doesn't spend at least a few minutes somewhere in some kind of place that he's been before, whether that's the old farm or something, I feel like that's just an extremely massive missed opportunity. And look, if it stays on point with the rest of this episode or the rest of this season, I'm pretty sure we're going to miss all that shit. But I'm hoping against hope. I'm hoping against hope. Because like I said, I am genuinely almost as excited as Dave for the potential of what we could get in this finale.
Dude, this is gonna happen, and then Grogu's gonna pick the armor, and then Luke is gonna be like, "All right, Ahsoka Tanu's gonna take you to Tatooine." I'll be like, "No!"
And then she's the one that helps, fight the Pikes.
Yeah.
And you're like,
No.
what the fuck?
Which will still be cool. I mean, you still get to see the white lightsaber, but still.
This is not a slight on her at all. It would be awesome. And but yeah, all this fanboying would be for no reason.
The people be watching us watch it, be like,
I just end the stream.
Yeah. Be like, you guys are too quiet. It's because we're crying on the inside.
Yeah.
Oh God.
All right.
We got
well, hey, man,
issues.
Look,
I don't.
We got issues, or do we got some more theory crafting?
No, I mean
that was just going to end the pod.
That was my main. That was my main theory, was getting Luke onto Tatooine. So that was it.
Yeah. All right. Now look, I'm right there with you. I think we are headed to. I think we're all headed to Tatooine next.
I'll never rewatch the first.
Ultimately, I think this is going to be a really, really good finale.
Yeah, and I'll never rewatch the first 4 episodes of this show ever again.
Ever again. Like
maybe
literally.
maybe the second episode.
Maybe episode 2. Yeah.
When they do a spin-off of whatever his name is.
They do the Tusken Raiders 5 years spin-off show.
Yeah.
God, I just
what's the name of that series?
They just go. Sounds like Tim Allen from Home Improvement.
No, it sounds like Forrest when his mom is banging the principal.
Oh, when he makes fun of the principal on the way out.
He's like, yo, mama sure does care about your schooling, son. Man. We're never gonna get sponsored.
No, absolutely not.
That's why no one listens to this show.
No. Hey, TJ, thanks, bro. Appreciate you.
Hey, we love you,
That's
TJ.
right.
We love every fan that we can get. This is all just pretend. We actually love every episode.
Yeah. So, hey, in the meantime, check back on us here in a few days on Wednesday night, and we'll do a live stream of the viewing of the episode, and I presume we'll do a quick breakdown of the episode afterwards, and that'll count as the last Mando pod or Boba pod.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think it's probably fair to just do do it then.
Yeah,
do it live.
And then we'll do NFL podcast next weekend, and maybe something else to go along with it. Who knows?
All right,
in the meantime, live long and prosper.